Here from Cornerstone FX. Let us do our market review for this week. It's Tuesday. Markets have started moving. Some good opportunities lining up according to what I see. So, starting here on the daily time frame, we had a daily again resistance level over here. Price, I think it's safe now to say price finally broke above. How are we going to take this trade? I am looking at the fact that price has been making higher highs and higher lows. This is a new higher high. So I am quite happy that we finally got a break above. Dropping down to the 4-hour time frame. Key area here of resistance, of support, rather, here on the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, this low over here is still lower than this low that's being formed currently. That's what I'm looking at. We'll see how this closes. But because this has been such a strong area for so long, my plan long term for this market would be to see how the next 4-hour after this 4-hour candle, the next 4-hour candle closes, just to see if this area over here really does hold as firmly as it's currently holding. If it does continue to hold, I will look for price to break on hindsight, depending on how our next 4-hour candle closes. I am looking for buys, but if this does break below, I will look to trade at something like that. However, it is a sensitive time. I do think, dropping down to the 1-hour time frame here, I do think if this candle, if price closes above this area over here and creates a nice double bottom for me over here, there's a lot of book rejections showing that there is a strong possibility that price won't break below. So if it does break below, then I will start looking for a downward movement. But as you can see, we're in a situation where our price here we're in a situation where we came from a low, made a new high, made a lower high, and we are looking to make a higher high. I hope you are with me. We are looking at something like this. So if we can close above this, I will be looking to take some buying opportunities. Something like this. This will be my first course of action. My first TP in and around there. So it's a 1 to 2 for my first TP already. And then potentially close a 1 to 3.8. So this is my first plan of action. I am liking how this is looking right now. However, if I don't get a close above this area over here, I will wait to see where the price breaks below or above this area here, and then I'll see if I take selling opportunities or buying opportunities. That's my outlook on US 30. And then now jumping over to Euro JPY. Let's do the analysis from the daily time frame here. Okay, from the daily time frame, as you can clearly see, price is going down quite nicely. It has reached a key area over here. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, what do we see? We see that, let me do this, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. We could see this as a lower high over here in line with this key area over here. This is on the 4-hour time frame. We need to zoom into the 1-hour time frame. There is a good likely chance that price will come down to these lows, but I am already seeing a key area over here that price has been failing to break below for a significant period of time. Looking here on the 1-hour, we are seeing that price is also on its way down. So I would say if we are able to get a break below this area over here, if we're able to break below here, I would be looking to enter a selling opportunity. The range that I'm looking at is not that nice. It will force me to have a tighter stop, but I'll probably just write this for a 1 to 2, depending on what we get here. However, if price is unable to break below, I'll then look for a short-term buying opportunity. But for the long term, I am still very much sell bias on this. If you're a long-term trader, at the end of today, if this candle closes bearish engulfing as it looks like it'll close right now. However, I'm not a long-term trader, so I wouldn't take this, but it's not a bad idea following rules to take the selling opportunity. Break even is a bit quite far. I wouldn't just take this because I'm not a long-term trader, but this is not a bad idea either because this fits our rules quite well. Downtrend, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, engulfing candle, entry to the downside. But like I said, guys, what I am waiting for here on Euro JPY is to see that price does break below this area over here. If price does break below that area, I'll be looking to take selling opportunities down. That will be my plan for Euro JPY. Like I always say, guys, always remember, plan your trades and trade your plans until the next.
Hi guys, Brandon here from Cornerstone FX, and as per usual, I'll be taking over the video from here with our market analysis for the week ahead. As you know, it's Tuesday, the markets have moved, Monday madness is over, and we can jump right into these markets and see what lays ahead. All right, so jumping right in, as you know, I'll be doing gold and NZD CAD. Right now I'm on gold on the daily time frame. And as you can see, we bounced nicely off of this area, the 1760 level. We caught nice buys moving up, finally reaching that 1825 target. And as you can see, we got a nice pullback, retesting our 4-hour zone right here around 1795. So if I can quickly go back, as you can see right around here, that 1795, nice bounce off there, nice bounce, nice bounce. We broke through here, bounced off there, where we got then the final bounce of 1760, broke above and retesting once again. So at this point, I do believe we are still going to be riding up as we are in a bull market from what I can see. But the best would be is to drop down and see what the lower time frame is telling us. All right, so let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame. Let's just zoom this out. So if we believe that we are on a daily uptrend, right, as you can see, this is the daily low, that's the new daily high, and as you can see, this is the pullback. So on the 4-hour time frame, we are in a downtrend such as this, as you can see right over there, making lower lows and lower highs, making some sort of a wedge, as you can see. So my plan on this and how I'm going to trade it for the week ahead is I'm going to have to see what happens around here. If we get a clean break below the 1795 level, right there, as you can see, a lot of weak rejection. So a lot of retesting of this area, retest, lots of weak rejections right here, as you can see. We got a nice touch. Let me just zoom that out, zoom that in there. We got a nice touch and then bullish engulfing candle and then try to come back down, close right back up. And right now we right here around 1799. So for this, for my plan is I'll have to see strong momentum to the downside and a clean break, clean one or two candles below 1795. And in this case, I'd like actually a break below the 1791, that orange level I've got right there. So I need to see it break below, stay below, and then come back up for a retest of either 1790 or 1795 before coming back down 1775 as first targets, and then we can reach back down to that 1760 level as our second and final target before reanalyzing what's about to happen. So that'll be my selling bias. However, daily time frame we are bull bias. So if we get a break above this trend line, the downtrend, a break above 1810, retest, and then continue back up to 1825, and then possibly making a higher high at 1840, just like that. So that'll be my analysis on gold. Obviously, you can scale in on the 1 hour, and I like to go down to the 5 minute time frame and see how I will be looking for entries. Let me give you a sneak peek of what I'll be looking at on a 5 minute time frame. It is a lot messier and needs to be a lot more clued up on what's happening on multiple time frames, looking at multiple candle closures, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, and then look for an entry on the 5 minute. So just on the 5 minute, as you can see, I did mention that we're looking for sells below 1795 right here, or long positions above 1810. But on the 5 minute time frame, that is a long way to go. So how I would generally trade this is I look at what the current market structure looks like. Just a quick look, I'm looking at this. It does look like we are in some sort of consolidation at the moment. So consolidation being, I'd say, that area and this area is one I'd look out for. So I definitely need a break below, retest, and then sell down to 1795. It will look something like this if we are selling it. So break below, retest, and if we can get our stops, I usually keep it about 2 points, maybe sometimes a little bit less, depending on the candle closure. And then I'll write this down to 1795. As you can see, the last week rejections was around here, 1793. That was earlier today. Let me have a look here. Earlier today, we got 1793. So I could possibly even target the 1793 area right over there. And that'll give me my 1 to 3. But right down to the 1795, it's a 1 to 2 risk to reward. That's great. That's not too bad. But ideally, I'd like to get a 1 to 3 risk to reward. And again, same goes for the top over here. If we get a break above, retest, I would then look for buying positions around this area right over here. Let's do this. In actual fact, let me just quickly take that out. As you can see, we did make some sort of double top around this area. And if you look back, this is a significant area where price keeps on bouncing. As you can see right there, depending on how you want to draw that. So we've got a bounce off there, a bounce off there, bounce, break, retest, retest. So if you get a break above, retest, then we could look for long positions going back up, depending on your entry, depending on candle closure. Stops just below, you can get 1 to 2 points stop, and we can ride it back up to these wicks over here. That gives you almost a 1 to 4 risk to reward. So that'll be what I'll be looking for on gold. If I then drop down to NZD-CAD on the daily time frame, as you can see right here, we were in a nice downtrend and we finally broke above, making some sort of double bottom here. Higher high, higher low, break above, higher high, higher low, retesting this weekly zone. And if I zoom in, let me zoom in and have a look at what happened just today, on Monday. If I zoom in, as you can see, we tried to break back below the weekly zone and closed above with nice wick rejection to the downside. So I am still bull bias on this. As you can see, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Nice wick rejection on Monday. So price came down and pushed right back up, closing above that weekly zone right over there. So as you can see, the price is already starting to move in a bull direction. So I am bull bias on this. Hopefully we can ride it back up to that wick and even greater to the daily level right over there. If I drop down to the 4-hour time frame, which will most likely be my entry on NZD-CAD. NZD-CAD, I like to take a little bit more conservative approach. So if we drop down to the 4-hour time frame and have a look what market structure is doing on there. As you can see right over here, beautiful closure. We got price respecting these lows right over there. We did try and break and immediately push back up, closing with a bullish pin bar and then a nice bullish candle right over there. If I'd be looking at this, I would have taken my entry right about here. Let's do this. I would have taken an entry something like that, or even something here. However, I think I'd play it safe and play it once I got a closure above that weekly zone. Stops just below that candle, giving me a nice 30 pip stop loss. And if I ride it back up to the previous week, that gives me almost a little bit more than 1 to 4 risk to reward right over there, something like that. However, I did miss this. As you see, if we do pull back and give me some sort of candlestick entry on the lower time frame, that'll be great, and that's where I'll be looking for buys. However, if this continues pushing to the upside, and if you are looking for a more safer entry, just to know that we are definitely bull bias on the lower time frames as well, I would suggest to wait for the break and retest of this little position, little area of resistance to break and then form new support. And that is where I believe you can then look for nice buying opportunities just over here. Sorry, wrong tool. That's the one we're looking for. So we're looking for a break above that, something like this. Push to the upside, break, stay above. So 1 or 2 candles above that yellow zone. And then looking for a nice retest coming back down into that yellow zone. And then looking for nice candlestick entry, pin bar, bullish engulfing, whatever it is that you look for. I look for those 2 candles, either bullish pin bar or a bullish engulfing if I'm looking for buys. So it'll be something like that, retest and then continue to the upside. So something like this will be another entry depending on your candle closure. Stops just below and you could then ride this back up. This gives you a nice risk to reward of 1 to 5, depending on your risk to reward and depending on where you put your stops. If you want to be conservative, put your stops below the weekly zone to protect you. That still gives you a nice 1 to 3. But I'll definitely try and maximize on a trade like this. Something like that, giving me a nice 1 to 5, a little bit more than 1 to 5. And that is what I'll be looking for on NZD-CAD. Well, guys, that's it from us. I hope you found this helpful, valuable. Before I let you go, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.